They were requesting for a meeting with the Commission on Administrative Justice. I'll just read a brief part of the letter. We read this letter as the Odiek community. On the 26th of May 2017, the African Court on Human and People's Rights delivered a judgment in favor of the Mau Odiek community in the case of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights versus the Republic of Kenya, application number 002/2012. In that case, the court found that the Republic of Kenya, through the forced eviction and the threatened forced eviction of the Mau Odiek, had violated the Odiek's rights to property, natural resources, culture, freedom of religion, development, and non-discrimination. They quoted the various articles of the Constitution. The Republic of Kenya was also ordered to take appropriate measures to remedy those violations, pending the delivery of a separate judgment on reparations. The government purported to remedy the violations by establishing task forces whose main mandate was to come up with a plan for implementing the judgment of the African Court. However, despite the latest task force finishing its work, the Odiek community did not receive a copy of the plan or any further detailed information on the way forward. It's a very long letter. But at the end of the day, the authors of the letter were saying, bearing this in mind and noting the mandate of the Commission to protect indigenous and marginalized communities in Kenya, OPDP and the Odiek Council of Elders of Mau request to visit and have a meeting with the Commission on Administrative Justice to establish ways in which the Commission can actively participate in securing implementation of the judgment in line with the Mau Odiek community's rights. That was the letter we received, and that's how this journey started. Now, for us to be able to get answers to the questions that were raised to the Commission, I'll just deliver some speech. It gives me great pleasure today to join you to be able to address the issues of public service delivery that are challenges that are prevalent in this country. It is the obligation of the Office of the Ombudsman to be able to address issues of administrative justice and access to information that are continually raised by our people, the citizens of this country, where issues of maladministration or failure of public service delivery is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, it is trite to note the importance of the Commission as a governance institution in Kenya's constitutional architecture. That not only ensures good governance, but it also ensures expeditious determination of complaints or issues or disputes that are brought to us, because we settle matters through alternative dispute resolution, and we are able to get the answers in a quicker, more accessible and cheaper process. Ladies and gentlemen, that said, allow me to illuminate further today's case of the Odiek community. The Odiek community of the Mau Forest, whose judgment against the government is yet to be implemented, came to the Commission, as I've stated by their letter. The Odiek community is among the indigenous peoples of Kenya, alongside other communities. On checking what the name Odiek means, according to what I got, I'm told that the Odiek as a name means the caretaker of all plants and wild animals. So when I spoke to Daniel and the team that came to visit me and asked them what exactly this means, they told me that from ages, they are the ones who have been protecting the forest. So even as we discuss on how the judgment is going to be implemented, I would like it to be known that the Odiek community are the caretakers of all plants and wild animals. This community comprises of around 52,000 people, according to the census that was conducted in 2019. I believe the population has increased since then. So Ladies and gentlemen, it is documented that whereas the community has coexisted with the forest ecosystem from time immemorial, they have witnessed brutal evictions from their only known habitat on the justification of protecting forests from human encroachment. These evictions have led the Odiek to pursue justice both domestically and regionally at the human rights institutions. In November 2009, the Odiek of my forest filed a complaint against the government of Kenya, and a judgment was delivered. That judgment is yet to be implemented. The African court found that there had been persistent violations of their rights, and in June 2022, the African court delivered a reparations judgment that enumerated steps that the government of Kenya must take to compensate the Odiek of Mau Forest for human rights violations that they have suffered. Ladies and gentlemen, on the basis of that account, and in furtherance of good governance, the rule of law, and human rights, I'll attempt to put the plight of the Odiek people in context. The rule of law and respect for human rights are key indicators of good governance. We are here today because our institutions that are present play an unparalleled role in implementing a comprehensive framework of the rule of law and human rights, and further securing realization of human rights within our several mandates. One of the distinguishing features of the Constitution is the prescription of a broad range of rights and freedoms in the Bill of Rights chapter, which is an entrenched part of the Constitution. And of course, all of us are aware of Article 100 that talks about the marginalized, the rights of the marginalized people and the minority. The government has not laid out a clear program on how to implement the judgment delivered at the African court in favor of the Odiek community. And neither have they appealed, but I don't know where they would have appealed anyway. It behoves us, as the various institutions of government with relevant mandates on this issue, to chart the way forward on implementation of the judgment for enhanced rule of law, protection of human rights, and good governance, and of course, in compliance with the Constitution of Kenya that binds us in this country. The government of Kenya, therefore, has a duty to tell us how then they are going to ensure the rights of the Odiek community are taken care of today. And we believe that this being a judgment that is sui generis of its own kind from the African courts, we need to hear from those who are supposed to implement this judgment and those who participated in the process of this judgment, at the hearing of the case and the final delivery of the judgment, how then they are going to ensure its implementation. Because then, as the office of the Ombudsman will be coming in to say, those who are supposed to implement as public officers will have abused their office, will have failed the Odiek community if they don't. In conclusion, allow me to reiterate the position of the Ombudsman in administrative governance. It ensures that public entities operate within the law and respect the rights of its citizens. This is a position that was affirmed by the Chief Justice Malvin of the Supreme Court of Alberta, and I quote, "The Ombudsman can bring the lamp of scrutiny to otherwise dark places, even over the resistance of those who draw blinds. If the scrutiny and observations are well-founded, corrective measures can be taken in due democratic process. If not, no harm can be done in looking at that which is good. Be that as it may, in appreciation that while the Ombudsman has a direct role in addressing administrative justices, promoting the rule of law and good governance, it cannot be done single-handedly. The input of other government stakeholders is critical. There's a need for consultative meetings such as this one. I therefore officially again welcome each and every one of you, and kindly those who are here from the AG's office, from the Minister of Interior, Minister of Lands, National Lands Commission. Today is the day that you're going to give the Odiek community. It's not a gift, it is a right that they deserve. So it's upon government to tell us how they're going to ensure they implement the African Court judgment. That's why you're here. And I believe that is what the invitation letter that was sent to you clearly stated. Thank you very much. God bless you. Let us engage.